I think we're back, guys. I think we're up and live and working. I think we are back.
No,
So there we are.
Emily, take the dog with you.
Sorry, everybody. I don't know what the hell happened, but I ended up having to restart my computer, so hopefully it'll be okay going forward. All of you have taken some time to take a short rest, and over the course of this hour that you are doing this,
I have a thing
yes.
before. The reason I asked how many rounds it was is Sarani would love to go back into the room with the extra door that's hidden by the vines for the next 36 seconds and hack a
that's fine.
Flaming blade
you start
through that door.
You start cutting your way into this area. You're trying to hack the door that I said had the half moon.
No.
Or
the first one.
Move yourself where you are.
When we went in the previous map, there was one door that was covered with had a bunch of like death vines.
Yeah, no, down here, right here. There.
You mean in the one on the previous map? There's no door. There's no door on the other side of those vines. It is on the previous map.
Oh, the previous map. Yeah, that one.
That's fine. You can go and hack your way through a good chunk of that with your flame blade, reaching the door beyond. And I can move you back to the map so you can get through that door if you'd like.
Well, I'm just going to do that while I still have the flame blade to get to the door, and then I'm going to come back because they're all resting. Sorani doesn't need it.
Okay.
So he's going to take care of that and keep guard.
All right.
Vigilantly while we're waiting.
While you are...
Right before we rest, sorry, I'm going to use my 2 packed slots to cast 3rd level aid on everyone.
To cast what? 3rd level aid?
3rd level aid.
Okay.
So hit point maximum goes up by an additional... Well, your current hit points go up by 10, and your hit point maximum goes up by another 5.
Okay. You you can only be under the effect of a single aid spell, correct?
It upgrades to this one. So instead of a 5 maximum hit points, it's now a 10 maximum hit point.
Understood.
But the effect, your current hit points increase by 10 is part of this aid, so it heals for the initial 10 and increases it by 5 because it's already under the effect of the second level.
So I can't have more hit points than I have max hit points, right?
Yes. So everyone's hit points maximum should be 10 higher than your normal, to the 5 now.
Oh.
You regain 10 hit points if that matters.
And if I were at max, I would now be at over 100 hit points, which is nice.
Sarani is currently at 100 and...
Wait, Kim, we get 10 extra, right?
Yeah.
Just 10.
Heal for 10, and your hit point maximum increases by 5, because for a total of 10, because you were already under a second level.
Cool. So Sarani is now at 156 hit points.
Here is it exactly 100. Anyway.
So these vines begin to recede a little bit over the course of that hour, revealing something in the kind of paddock you're in.
Oh. It's a freaking dinosaur.
Yeah, it's a dead dinosaur. I think that's the wrong one, by the way. I think I put the wrong token down.
Well, that's a T-Rex.
Yeah, that's the wrong one.
Oh, okay.
You want an Allosaurus, right?
No, it's it's something less predatory.
Oh. It sucks.
And larger.
And larger? Ah, yes. Sweet.
It is dead. It is a corpse. And it is rotted through in most places and actually it's mostly it looks like the corpse flower has feasted upon this thing heavily, which is probably a part of the reason why it is as big as it is.
If only I could get my spell back. I'd animate the shit out of that thing.
I don't think you can animate something that big.
Yes, I can. It's one corpse.
It has to be medium.
Does it?
Yep.
I guess it'd be like medium or large. Medium or small.
Yeah, it's too big for you to animate.
Medium or small. That sucks. I'm a big dino zombie. Who doesn't want a dino zombie?
I mean, our DM is fond of the Dresden Files, so
Everybody wants a dino zombie. But you see there's lots of corpses around within these vines.
So the bones are still there, basically?
Basically.
Is there some... I can assume by its mouth and jaw that it was a herbivore?
Yes.
Good. I'd like to take a thigh bone.
Okay.
A nice big thigh bone staff.
Sure.
would I roll like medicine or history to like archaeologically try to date these bones?
Yeah, you could do that.
And also, Luna will be probably checking on Visir, how he is after the rest and stuff.
Okay. I mean, you have an hour of downtime while you're seeing these things.
I'm fine. I got grappled by a couple of things, but just a little bit of bruising. It'll heal up in a little bit.
We should probably move faster. I don't have many spells in me left.
Whoa.
To be honest, we're not really finding anything of use down here. Nothing that we need, anyway.
I'm going to go back up here to this door, since the vines are moving. Does this one open?
No. The two doors you're looking at both have a new moon on them.
And neither one of them clicky open for me?
No. There's not even handles on them. Although the walls on the one on this side are just fucking wrecked from the vines. But if you look in through the walls, and I'll delete the wall here because this wall is basically freaking destroyed on this side. I mean, the vines are still there. They haven't receded yet enough for you to like look into the room. It's just that they are receding, kind of slowly dying and shriveling.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
What about this wall here? Is it about the same thing? Or?
No, that wall is still up. The vines were just starting to poke through that side.
Okay. Around here, is there an entrance around here somewhere?
So these walls, actually, let me do this. This wall would have been shattered by those vines. And so would this one. These walls are glass of some kind, which is why you can see through them.
Oh, okay.
What you're in as you look around is you realize you're in a huge kind of
zoo
menagerie. Yeah, all the walls are glass. And they look like none of the corpses of these animals look familiar to any of you. At least not current animals. Although Angus, you're taking a look at this the corpse of this giant omnivore or herbivore, and you think that like these things must have been around somewhere, but they're nothing. What you can get from your history check is that this is not the type of... There's nothing that you've ever heard of that would be like this creature out there in Oregon. The conclusion you can come to, piecing things together, is that this is... that there were animals that no longer exist that were kept here. In this menagerie by Merwin.
Can I see what these little ones are?
Yeah, they're velociraptors, but you wouldn't know that they are velociraptors, right?
Right. Is that a... Can I see that door that's hidden, or is it that hidden?
That's covered by vines.
No.
But
Serenity's
again,
just checking around.
these are like glass walls that are around.
Okay.
There's all kinds of like the grass and trees that are in here grow throughout the entire area that you can see. There's a waterfall off in one corner of this interior, pouring out of a cave that's probably about, I'd say, like 60 feet up in this room. This room is huge. You see birds, you see exotic looking birds flying around inside. There are, in the larger menagerie, past these vines, now that you're actually paying attention, there's a lot of life still present in this entire area. And there are some of these glass enclosures that remain untouched. One of them is dark, and another one is snowy, and they are still enclosed.
Okay. Can I open or get to any of the animals that are in there?
I mean, if you want to try breaking through the glass or breaking through one of the doors, you can do that.
Yeah.
Is there any...
Hey, Serani, don't do that.
What?
It looks like these are a lot of places that are specifically set up to be, well, match the environments of other creatures. It's like a zoo of some sort. Chances are good that they're probably in. It's a place where a lot of animals are just kind of like gathered around, and then people just come by and look at them.
Are they free to move about?
Not really. They're usually in enclosures.
You mean cages?
Kinda.
These look more
They're
like
not cages.
these look less like cages and more like habitats, right? Like there are sustainable food sources inside of these enclosures for these creatures.
What I'm saying is, it seems like this is a place where a lot of animals were probably kept as like preservation. Like maybe they were endangered or super special or something, and Merwin was kind of probably keeping them here to, I don't know, observe them or learn more about them or things along those lines. And considering that one of them is snowy, I'm really thinking that it replicates their environment as well. So if you were to do that, it's possible that that environment will get mixed with this environment, and that might be bad for the animals.
He's very right. You should leave them alone.
But they're in cages. They need to be
They're
free.
not in cages, they're in displays. It's glass, and besides, they wouldn't have been here for thousands of years if they had been trapped rather than preserved.
What I'm saying is, if you break them down, they might die. Especially since I don't think they can really get out of here.
Well, whatever this one was. And Angus points at the bones of the Apatosaurus. It died a long time ago. Possibly a couple of thousand years? Mirth, when your mom told you stories about dragons, did she happen to describe what they looked like?
Did you make a medicine check, Angus?
I rolled history. 19.
Okay. I'll say this. Just a minor correction. Like some of these, not all of these things have been here for thousands of years. Some of them have been here for shorter than that. Maybe a few hundred years, a couple hundred years, or less. I wouldn't say less, but more. Somewhere between 1,000.
As far as I know,
yes.
Angus is fully inventing the field of paleontology as we speak.
Understood.
So he can have a slight rounding error.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, that's fine. That's fine. As long as that is, what's it called? An unreliable narrator as opposed to incorrect information.
Mark, in this whole area, like
Mhm.
including outside, is there any flora in addition to the fauna?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's flora from a whole bunch of different eras. A lot of it is like, um, a lot of it is uh, there's like every type of plant you can imagine somewhere in this menagerie. Uh,
If there's any, like, I'd be looking for any like damage cases or the older ones, and trying to look for like some cool petrified stone, some petrified trees, maybe some sort of petrified plant.
give me an investigation check.
Do that with guidance.
You mean in the
Oh,
areas you can access, right?
I can also misty step through if needed, but I'd be looking for one first before I went to retrieve any.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I rolled in D&D Beyond. I got a 23.
Sure, you can find one.
I'll link one. All right. I guess I can't just like break it off with my hand, right?
No, you'll need to like cut it or something.
All right. If I if I tap my hand and cast Shatter, can I get like a decent chunk off?
Sure.
All right. So
Are you
there's
sure
like
that's
this.
wise, Mirth? We're not supposed to take
Yes.
anything we don't need.
Oh, we need this. Trust me. There's like a big explosion in the corner as this petrified tree trunk kind of cracks and Mirth pries a chunk of it off.
What do we need that for?
Trust me.
I'm
Sarani
looking
is
at our
going.
list, and nothing here says dead tree.
Sarani is going to cast ritually cast speak with animal, and ask the animals in and of themselves if they would like to stay or would like to be set free.
How far away of an animal can you speak to with that?
Oh, what the?
It's whether they can hear me or not.
Understood.
I'm going to start with the ones closest to me and kind of bang on the glass and, gurgle or whatever in their language to tell them to come over and ask them the question.
Okay. These are actually in here.
I'll start with the one that looks most like a swamp. How's that?
Sure.
That makes you feel better. Because Sarani would gravitate to that one first.
What are we doing here? Like,
We're supposed to be looking for the things that are on our list, but it doesn't look like anything here is going to be on our list.
Just giving Sarani the side eye as he starts casting a ritual to start speaking to the animals.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're about to have to teach Sarani the concept of ecology, which should be within his wheelhouse for once, so we might actually have a reasonable time of it. We did promise not to let anything out that would be a threat, and we have no idea what some of these things are
Not
capable
let
of.
anything out. Yeah, we're kind of breaking a lot of promises here, guys.
if there are,
No,
there
we
are
were
no
told we could take anything out of here that was helpful.
These will not help us. These are unintelligent animals from hundreds of years ago, Sarani.
The
Don't-
specific agreement that
That's
we
for you.
made is that we will only take things that are beneficial for us for the greater good. And
Mhm.
much as I sympathize with you wanting to ensure the safety of these animals, they have been down here for we don't know how long, and we have no idea of what releasing them back into the wild could cause.
Well, likely.
What
cause
if
them
one
to
of these
die.
things is a predator? What if one of these things were a grick? And we released it, and it went and started being a problem back home for your circle.
Then they would have to hunt it.
I don't think we should be here. If there are no artifacts, we should move on. We shouldn't disturb this place.
And besides that, it's not like the animals are going to understand the idea that they're actually in some sort of habitat or captivity or anything along those lines.
Which is why I'm going to ask them.
Well, how would they know?
You don't know until you ask them.
Well, how would they know what's best for them?
Fine. Next time we run across somebody who's in chains and about to be executed and you don't know why, we're not going to bother to stop and ask
Well,
why
these
they're
ones
being
are going to be
sacrificed.
executed, are
or
they?
what.
That's pretty clearly not the same thing.
Well, you don't know unless you ask.
They've been down here for hundreds of years, and the flower ate them. I don't think they're going to be executed or sacrificed.
This
And there's a
is
difference between sentient
There's
creatures.
really no reason to believe that they're in any danger whatsoever. In fact, they're probably more likely to survive here than if we were to let them.
Except the ones that are already dead because that thing got in.
And now the thing is dead, and we can seal the door if needed.
So yes, because your magic is so much more powerful than Merwin's was.
Yes, Merwin's magic is more powerful. That's why we're leaving them here and trusting that.
I mean, Sarani, you're also saying that you know better than Merwin.
So far as we can tell,
Merwin is
Sarani,
not
they are safe for the moment, and releasing them is not going to help us stop Wariga. Once we've done that, we can come back and we can study them, and we can find where it would be best to return them to the wild where they're not going to cause any harm.
Which is why I'm going to ask one of them.
Ask them what?
If they want to be here. How
Why
long
would
they've
that
been here.
matter? What if they said no? Does that mean you're going to just break it free and let all of them go?
Yes.
Why?
If you break it free, we'll have an angel on our ass trying to kill you.
I'm not breaking the treaty.
So you're damaging the property and releasing something for your own desires.
Oh,
None of
just
us
like
want
you
this.
just like you broke the property and took something what's the petrified wood going to do for you?
Well, as far as I can see, Sarani, I'm currently holding a piece of living stone. So I suggest you hold your mouth.
Is it living stone?
It's
yeah, but we need
petrified
a hand
wood.
of living stone.
You
And
need the heart.
guess what? Luna can make
Is that a
stone
heart?
shape the next day.
Is that a heart? Or is you're going to shape it into a heart?
I'm going to shape it into a hand with Luna's help.
Okay.
Now, what you're going to do is you're going to leave this room in peace. You're not going to disturb this glass or these 1,000-century-old magic, alright? Come back one day when you're ready and we've banished the threat that needs banishing. The stuff we have in here, the stuff we need from here, is not in this room. And however much your personal goals might interfere with the
And you have
perfectly-
no idea what's behind there or what's in those rooms. It may be guarding. They may be guarding things.
They're display animals. They don't have the sentience. They don't have the drive to guard anything.
How do you know they don't have sentience?
Otherwise,
Did
they'd
you
be talking
bother-
to us.
Maybe you don't
Trying to
understand
interact
them.
with us.
That's what I'm trying to do. I've waited many, many a time while you cast your spells to do whatever it is you want to do. I'm going to cast this one, and I'm going to ask them.
Yeah, but when Mirth casts his spells, he usually lets us know why he's doing it, and then we kind of agree that it's a useful thing to do. What you're doing doesn't really seem to
Contacting,
have much of a
so
point.
risking himself to contact other planes, even though Angus continually tells him it's not safe to do, that's okay.
We
For
acknowledge
me
that it's
wanting
not
to ask
safe.
this one animal if he wants to leave his cage is not safe.
We acknowledge that
Okay.
it's not safe, but there's reasons for why we allow it to happen. As far as this whole thing is concerned, we're talking to them and asking them if they want to be freed, and if they just say yes, we'll just break the glass. This is silly.
I'm gonna say Luna walks up to Tsurani. Tsurani, if you wanna cast your spell to ask these animals, that is fine, I think. But we can't do anything to disturb this place. We have a clear goal. We gotta finish it as soon as possible. We made an oath to that angel, and we can't break that oath. And we can't even risk breaking that oath.
Ronnie's going to finish his stuff.
Okay.
Is this the closest animal that I can see?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I'm going to ask it who it is. Or what it is.
It says I am I.
DM, I'll just say that Luna will stay right next to Tsurani in case he
How long have you been here?
do something he's not supposed to do.
Always.
Are you happy here?
I live and I eat.
Is there anything in there with you that you do not like?
Those vines tried to come in.
But you stopped them? Or they could not get through?
They didn't yet. Or essentially that's what he's saying. They didn't get through yet. They were coming.
Well, we have destroyed it. So will you be happy now?
I live and I eat. And I swim. And I climb.
I'm going to study this shape, this form. Do I recognize it? Does it look like, other than it looks like a snake?
You've never seen anything like it before. Other than a snake. That's the closest you can guess it is. But as you're looking at it, it seems to shift uncomfortably, and then its scales begin to blend in with its environment, and it starts to slither into the tree, trying to hide itself from your sight.
Very well. Be safe. And then I'm going to go over and ask the other set of, what are those little knuckleheads?
You can see them because of the way the map is, but there's a wall of vines in the way.
Oh, there's a wall of vines in the way.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The green stuff is a wall of vines. You would have to leave this enclosure to speak with any of the other animals. Okay. The other things you can see as you're looking around this place is, again, the ceiling of this enclosure, this menagerie is about 60. The waterfall comes out of a cave that's 60 feet up. There's another 10 feet above that, so about 70 feet up. So there's that. There's the waterfall that comes down like up here in the corner and fills like a pool. There is a inverted domed ceiling way up at the top of this place. That's kind of the scene you see. There's trees, there's different types of habitats and environments.
Right. Is this door open?
That door is not opened. Oh, well, I guess it would be because the vines had crashed through it. So you can get through that if you want.
Can Angus spider climb up the wall to get a sense of where the waterfall is coming from?
Sure. And again, I should say this part of the enclosure that you're in does not reach the ceiling of the entirety of the building, right? It's like an enclosure within the enclosure. But you can climb up it. This space is probably a good 60 feet high. So if you climb up and onto the ceiling of this glass enclosure, you can see that the waterfall's pouring out of a cave, and it seems to go back into into darkness. It's an unlit cavern that is up in the ceiling of this place, or not in the ceiling, in the wall, on this far wall here. Does that make any sense what I'm saying? I feel like I'm not doing a very good job describing it.
I wonder where we are. We know we're on, I guess, Aridin still. We're not on a different plane. Was this like a place he discovered and just built Mythfont around?
Or maybe Mythfont is its own plane.
Mark, just a quick
Suppose
question.
Yes.
So, like, if somebody is to move to this location, like past this door, is it like when you're in a park and you're going into where the animals are? If that makes sense. In Nezu,
Yes.
like,
yes.
so like we're not supposed to go there.
No. I'm sorry.
This
This would have been a walkway, like a part of you could move through the area you're in, and then you can get into this glass walkway where you can see like these other animals more. And then there's
More.
there's a room beyond it that you can start to
Make
see
out.
beyond the vines there, right? But this is a glass wall here, and it looks like there used to be a glass wall here, and now there's snow drifting into this like walkway area in the middle. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I suppose it does.
Yeah. So Ryan's going to step in here, and can I see this doorway through the vines now?
Yeah, you can see that doorway on the other side through the vines.
Do I see anything in this room?
Luna will follow him.
No, this is just like a kind of a walkway. A lot of stuff has been destroyed by these vines. This whole place was covered in vines, but they're starting to recede. But it just looks like it was an observation area.
Oh. So Ryan's going to move to here to see this thing.
Yeah, you see a mammoth.
That is.
There are other like creatures in here that would live within the same habitat as a mammoth, right?
Yeah. All right. So Ronnie's going to just see if he can't come back around here and break through here so we can get to this door.
Okay.
Is this glass as well?
This wall is not glass.
No. The one this green square.
This green square. No. That's vines. That's vines.
Oh, okay. So can we get to this? Can Ronnie hack his way to this door?
Yeah, absolutely. You can start hacking.
Okay. There's another door here. We can continue through. I will leave these animals. They seem content.
Sarani, do you remember when you looked down into that hole where the scroll racks were in the previous map? And you saw that big metal kind of like blast door?
Yeah.
You see that is in front of the door you're looking at here. There's like a reinforced kind of silvery metal blast door that you're looking at.
That's covering.
That's covered by the vines. Yeah. Yeah.
So there would be a door here, except that there's a blast door in front.
Correct.
Okay. This seems to have the same door, the same covering as that. This Angus, remember when we looked down into the hole?
Yeah,
that big metal door. That's what's here.
I guess maybe there's some control center somewhere where we might be able to deactivate it. I don't think we're going to be able to pry that up.
So Ronnie's going to try. Does it look like it comes out of the ceiling into the floor, or from one side or the other?
Yeah, it looks like it comes from out of the ceiling into the... Or no, it's not that tall. It would come out of the floor and up, is what it looks like.
Maybe Visir and I can push it back down to where you could get access to the doorway. Angus?
If you can get it open a bit, I'll try to jam my crowbar in there.
All right. Visir, you want to help?
We'll push back some of these vines a little more, but I don't know if you can get where you're standing right now. Maybe like that at this point.
Yeah, so Ronnie's going to be hacking at him, like just viciously just mowing these things down.
Sure. You'll just take as long as you can to make an opening for all of you?
Yeah. Big enough for me and Visir to sit here so we can get down in there.
All right, so then I will shrink this to be like that, because you're cutting through. Okay, so basically there's a stone wall like in the previous part of this of Myth Font in front of you, and a 20 by 20 section of this wall is blocked by this kind of silvery metal barrier that has erected itself in front of the door.
Okay. First things we're going to try to. What's your strength this year?
With my astral arms up, 18.
Okay then. Are they
How
up?
long do your astral arms last, Vasir? Well, I guess you have all your
I can
key points
I
back
got
now.
all my key points. So I can just do it again.
Okay.
Okay. So I will do the help action for Basir, and I will. We will attempt to pull this wall down far enough that Angus can cram something in there, or maybe even pull it all the way down.
You can make the attempt.
I think if they can get this door just a little bit open, won't thaumaturgy just open it? If that cause it to like blast open, or something.
No. Thaumaturgy will allow you to open or close an unlocked door, not a huge metal barrier.
How much space is between the ceiling and the top of this barrier?
Tons of space between the ceiling and the
I
top
mean,
of this
the
barrier.
top of the door jamb.
Wait, what are you asking?
So it's in a doorway. It comes all the way up to the top of the door.
the metal. It's basically a metal wall that's 20 by 20.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, Basir and I will try that. Go ahead, Basir. Knock yourself out.
All right. Give me.
Maybe Merce, can you help with a little magic?
Yeah, I'll cast guidance.
Okay.
Vasir hears some annoying voices telling him the correct way to do things.
Yep, that's Merce.
Give
Remember
me.
to lift with your legs, not your back.
Yeah.
It's like 4 imps just like sitting on your shoulders and whispering like shitty like how wiki tips into your ear.
No, come on, if they're giving health and safety advice, they have to be little gnomes from Gnomesha.
No, they're dozers from Fraggle Rock.
While
With the
they're-
little hard hats, the little green guys with the little hard hats.
While they're doing this, Luna would ask Mirth, do you think this is what we're supposed to do? Or we should look somewhere else?
I don't know. This is cool though. Sure, we
I love how
could.
Luna asks open questions rather than like expressing disdain for what we're doing. It's like, maybe we could be trying something else.
Not, would you knuckleheads fucking stop it and let's go somewhere else? Not just, she doesn't open, you become so passive aggressive, Luna. There you go.
Vasir, you begin to try to push down on this metal,
29. I'm sorry.
this metal defensive structure that's here. And first of all, it is far stronger than it appears, as far as the type of metal that it is. Far stronger than it appears. Mirth, you recognize the metal because you've been carrying some around with you. The wall is made of adamantine that is erected in front of it. Secondly, as you begin to push down, you can feel something actively pushing against you. It is not just sitting. It is not just sitting against this wall. It is forcefully emplaced. And as you push down on it, it pushes down. You push down the wall about 2 inches of the 20 feet with your attempted effort.
This
Get
is
the crowbar
really
in there.
hard, guys.
Get the crowbar in there.
You can keep trying this with the help and the guidance, and you will probably eventually push it down. But if you're going to push it down the full 20 feet at the rate that you are going, then every 6 seconds you will push it down a tenth of its total height, I guess. No,
Well-
not even that. 20 feet times 12 inches is
Can Angus just be crouched up on the wall with the slip as a spider climb, like slipping the crowbar in to try and pry it that little extra bit, and it's just trying to peek through the door and see what's on the other side?
you can try and push it away a little bit. You see wall first, and then down below that you see the top of a door jam behind this.
So Sorani has an idea. He reaches down while he's helping. One of his vines reaches down, grabs the giant thigh bone that he took. He's like, Angus, we can use this as a lever once we get it down far enough. So after we get it down the first foot, it should be big enough to slip that in there and start using that as a lever.
I mean, you're pushing it down. You're not pulling it away from the wall very much. Angus barely got it away from the wall enough to peer down. Like,
right? No. I mean, like if you stick something here and lever it against the top of the wall.
There is a flat stone wall with a flat metal wall butted up against it like this. Mm-hmm. The metal wall is like 6 inches thick, and you are pushing it down 2 inches at a time until you get to the door jamb. It is a 20-foot high wall. The door is not 20 foot high, so I don't know where.
What I'm saying is because it's up against the wall.
Yes.
Right. Once it gets down this far, you put in a lever here and pry up this way.
Yes. What are you putting the lever into?
The 6 inch, because you said it's 6 inches thick.
Yes.
That's plenty of space to put in the top of something and pry.
There's nothing. You're not putting it into anything. There's nothing in between the two. It's wall against wall. It's It's like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich that's like this, and you're sliding one piece of bread down.
Yes, but this piece is 6 inches thick.
Okay.
If you weigh it across like this.
No.
That's what I'm saying. It fits across the top of the wall.
Okay, it fits across the top of the wall, but you're not leveraging against anything. You're leveraging against.
There should be the ceiling above it.
No, there's not a ceiling above it.
It's against another wall.
There is a stone wall that is 60 feet high.
And then a wall.
There's a stone wall that's 60 feet high, and then there is a metal wall that's 20 feet high up against the stone wall. There is no lip. There's no edge. There's nothing to put it under to leverage it against.
Even once it gets to the top of the doorway.
The doorway is 10 feet below the top of the 20-foot wall, and he's pushing it down 2 inches at a time. So he has to push it down 120 inches, before you get to door. I don't know. Okay. Am I not describing it right?
No, I understand it.
There's a thing here that is specifically built for people to not bypass it. Okay, you are attempting to bypass it.
It's fine. It's fine.
So
I think
let's see. I'm pushing it down 2 inches at a time every 6 seconds, essentially.
Correct.
So after 30 seconds, I can get it down a foot.
Yes. So you'll have to get to the top of the door.
2 feet per minute.
2 feet per minute. As long as you continue to make the strength rolls that succeed, right?
Which I don't even know what that is. So.
Well, I mean, the 29 definitely succeeded enough.
But,
I think we should look for something else.
I'm saying you can do it. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm saying it's going to take you a lot of time and effort in order to accomplish what you're trying to accomplish, right?
Yeah. This may be an exercise in futility. Mirth kind of pipes up from where he's leaning on the wall with like a book in one hand and an apple in the other, which he snuck from Sarani's ankle while Sarani is helping with the door.
I think we should probably move on to a different room or get back all together. I'm not sure. Okay. We're not finding anything down here outside of, I guess, hoping that petrified wood is what we need as far as the living stone is concerned.
Mirth just gives him like a satisfied nod. I have outwitted the gods. This will work.
Oh my god.
You don't know that that's gonna work.
I have faith and conviction. And hopefully a merciful DM who will take pride in my cleverness.
Sarani is thinking about a way on how he can shrink this mammoth to get it out the doors.
Reduce.
Wow, if anyone had that, that would be wow. That would just be amazing, and they'd be forever. You'd be forever in their debt.
I would totally be forever in your debt if I could have a mammoth mount, because I'm just saying.
I don't think we're gonna get the mammoth out of here.
You can ride it regardless. It just has to be bigger than you.
I know.
There's just not room to get it out of here.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I need you to cast reduce a couple of times to put it in my pocket so we can get out of here with it.
Well, it's concentration. I can only do it once, unless we had more wizards.
And you can't be affected by the same spell more than once. So you can only reduce it to the size. Like casting reduce on something multiple times will not do anything.
How small will reduce make it?
Large.
Large.
Yes. Not even. It reduces it to.
It's half its size. One size category down.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's huge size now, so it would go to large.
Yep.
Never go to large. All right, I'll think of a way. There's got to be a way to get these guys out of here.
This one's just kind of curiously looking at all of you while you're doing what you're doing.
Sarani, can you not insist on trying to get things out of here that don't belong out here?
What? We have to have a mount big enough for our troll friend.
Our
No, we
troll
don't.
friend is long gone.
1, we don't have a troll friend.
I have
2,
a troll friend.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
You wouldn't know him. He goes to a different school.
Yeah, you wouldn't know
Goes up
him.
to Canada.
I will tell you this as the DM. I was told by a couple of players that there was going to be a serious conversation that happened this week.
Really?
Yeah.
About our troll?
No, in character. I don't know.
Oh.
Look, I don't know if there's anything else down here that we actually can use.
Well,
We've
there's
been
those.
looking for a little while, and honestly, as far as things that can even be used, we find very little.
Well,
And
we didn't go
petrified
down.
wood is something that that might work, but we don't even know yet.
Well, we didn't go down into the lower level. We said we were going to look around here and then go back. So can we do that?
Magic shit is.
I mean, speaking from my skill set, having found a blast door is a pretty good indication. Typically, things that are valuable are hidden, concealed, and protected. So I think you're right that we should continue looking. But we know there are multiple of these blast doors. If we can find a way to
Disengage
raise them, lower the defenses that have been put in place, then we might be able to access a vault, an archive, a storage space of some kind where hopefully some of the things we need will.
Maybe the information will be in some of those scrolls we saw.
No, we're putting a lot of faith in the idea that there's things down here that are going to be useful to us, or at the very least are on our list. And we don't really know that anything is actually down here. A lot of it is basically just speculation at this point. We do know where some other things that we need are. It would probably be better if we made sure that we got all the things that we knew where they were first, before we start looking for other things that we don't know where they are.
Wait, wasn't that my argument before you convinced me to come here? Oh, wait, it was. So no, we're going to stay here the way you convinced us to come here until we find something or we run out of places to look, which we haven't.
Reach into my pocket and pull out the wood. I found something. We go to a different spot now.
Is Kim talking? I can't hear him.
Yeah, Kim's talking. You sound very far away, Kim.
That's weird. This happened yesterday too. 1 second. Have any better?
No.
Yeah, like you were fine and now it's like you're across the room trying to talk.
Is that
A little better.
a little better?
Yeah.
That's so weird. This happened yesterday as well.
So Ryan's going to stand here next to Angus and wait until the party decides on the course of action.
Visir, I agree with you that it makes sense for us to pick up the things that we have identified. But the reason I was so insistent on coming here first was that we were in the area. We want to minimize traveling as much as possible. And being here, getting a sense of the things that are down here, it potentially can make us an ally of Queen Evelyn.
Maybe,
have-
but the only thing that we're actually accomplishing down here is just figuring out more things that are here, and none of those things are on our list. If you want, we can go ahead and tell Queen Evelyn when we come across her what it is that we found down here, and then maybe she'll have some sort of use for it. But I don't really see much more of a reason to remain down here when the only other door that I've seen are all either locked in a way that can't be picked, apparently, or that giant blast door that I can barely move an inch.
Or the other 3 rooms that are underneath the rooms we passed over.
Right, the ones that are locked that we can't pick open. The ones that I already mentioned.
But we didn't go into the rooms to search if there was a way to open the door. We went down, we looked around, we came back up because we said we were going to finish this level before we went down.
Okay, Sarani, we'll go ahead and go down and explore the second level.
Visir is quite frustrated with Sarani, it seems, and Sarani vice versa. Are you guys going to head back to the previous section of Mythfont?
Yeah, where the door was that Swanee cleared out the way.
The vines? Yeah.
Yeah. Try starting here.
Luna will ask Mirth if when he contacted Merwin, did he mention anything about this? About locked doors, or does he know anything? Like, what can he share about this place?
I mean, I can't get more than one-word answers from Merwin, so close to nothing. I got the codes from him. I didn't get anything else.
That is what Sarani cleared out.
Okay, check for
I don't like these
traps.
plans very much.
I'm not on there. Is anybody there?
Oh, the old icon is there from when before you
Oh.
deleted your.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh.
Let me give you a Sarani.
I'm
Oh, you put yourself on there.
Yeah, I put it's the old one.
You're there now,
I'm
though, right?
refreshing- I'm refreshing Fountain.
Yeah, I have the old one. That's fine.
Okay.
Um,
Angus, you approach a door that has a crescent moon upon it. It looks as though it can be opened.
No sign of traps.
No sign of traps.
Okay, then I will open it.
Okay. You open the door, you see an open door beyond. And you find yourself in a room that has a number of tapestries on the wall depicting Merwin and a group of cloaked figures who descended into the Hells on some quest through a rift within the midst of somewhere in Oregon. It is the legend of, well, anybody with a history over 15 would recognize this as tapestries depicting Merwin's Gambit.
does the tapestry show where the rift is? That one might enter hell? Or a reasonable geographic location?
No. Well, maybe you can kind of see off in the distance. You can see, the image of like the mountains and the forest. So maybe somewhere in the center of Oregon. But the entire story Mirth can tell you is that Merwin went into the rift to close it and seal it.
Well, that's not useful. Shrine will head back. It's over here. The store's already open.
The door's already open.
Okay, so I will step through and see what's in here. See if
Serrani,
anything.
how about we let Angus clear the way for us, just in case there are traps?
Well,
That door
more
was
like-
already opened when I came in. I think somebody else has already been through here.
I understand. I mean, moving
I'm
forward.
more likely to survive anything than Angus is.
I'm
Yeah,
not
and
too
Angus is
worried,
just
Luna.
gonna-
It seems like somebody's been through a decent amount of this place. We've already seen some places that seem like they've already been like sifted through.
There are armors along the wall. A bunch of armor. 7 different suits of armor along these walls, each bearing a shield with the icon of one of the 7 legendary legions. As you step into the center of the room, Serrani and Mirth, those suits of armor step down off of their platforms and draw swords.
Where's the switch? Find the switch, please. I don't want to die.
In this room,
Is there a switch?
the end, number
Yeah,
6.
in the room you're in.
Can I see a switch anywhere, like in the other room?
Hold on.
And yeah, as Luna is trying to tell Serrani to like, please don't go stumbling into rooms before Angus has checked them for traps, Angus is just going to sort of lean over and quietly whisper to Luna like, at this point, just let him stumble into them on his own. Hopefully it will teach him a lesson. And then here's like the cry of Mirth in the next room panicking, and so Angus is going to rush in and roll investigation, just looking for like any obvious trap trigger that's been activated that we can hopefully turn off.
Mirth's the one that ran through the room first. Swanee just stepped in to look, and Mirtha's like, "Hup!"
I am a pioneer and a scholar.
DM, would I recognize, or who would recognize that these are armors belonging to the legions?
I would just need a history check, but
I mean, how about Commander-in-law Mirth? Would he know?
he would recognize. I am assuming that he would recognize the iconography of some of the legions if he's such a Merwin buff.
My loyal soldiers.
There's one bearing the shield of the Phoenix Legion, but one has an owl, a raven, a pegasus, a griffin, an eagle, and a hawk. All have drawn swords. As you've entered the room, what?
I'm looking at North's face.
Roll initiative.
Oh.
The armors step forward and
That's
begin
a
to
10 for
attack.
me.
It's a what for you? 10? There has to be a way for you to add that in automatically. Okay. The first armor is going to step forward and attack Sarani now that you've all entered the room.
Mm,
25 and a crit.
okay.
No.
You're going to take 10 from the first hit, and then 21 from the second hit, for a total of 31 damage.
Hold on a sec. What did you do there? Okay.
Okay.
How much? 27?
31 total.
Did Mirth inform us that these are armor belonging to the legions or not?
Okay.
I don't know. They just started attacking, and he started shouting to find the button, and started looking around. This one's going to step forward and attack Mirth.
He probably doesn't think it's relevant. Is it of the Phoenix Legion I command to just stand down as its commanding officer?
No, it's not the Phoenix Legion one. 12 and a 13 do not hit, I'm assuming.
Yes, it bows before my Supreme Court authority.
Luna, the one right next to you, starts swinging at you. 8 and 15, though, are not going to hit. Mirth, it's your action.
Well, just nothing ever goes right, does it? Let's see what I can do. This one is here. Okay. I'm going to cast. I will slam my staff against the. Wait. Okay, I'm going to, as a bonus action, my staff transforms again as ash and iron envelops it as I catch Shillelagh.
Okay.
With my action, I'm going to cast. Let's do a nice little. I'll put an enlarge on Visir. If he's okay with it. Visir, you want to be big and punch harder?
I'm not against the idea.
Alright, he gets big.
Okay, he's going to cram Sarani's style. Sarani is directly behind him.
Oh, I didn't see Sarani's there because Sarani is
Yeah, I know.
I'll enlarge him anyway. I mean, hell, if he wants, I can move here so that he has space there.
That's fine.
Yeah, you can remove that token and put it in the other one, Mark. That's fine.
I'm not going to take the time to do that right now.
Okay.
There, you're a big boy in a small space, Visir.
Yes, indeed.
Is enlarge? Oh no, you did enlarge instead of. Oh, Shillelagh is a bonus action, right?
Yeah.
It's a bonus action cantrip, isn't it?
Yes, it's a cantrip.
I believe whether it's a cantrip or not, if you cast a spell as a bonus action, you cannot cast a leveled spell as your action. It has to be a cantrip.
Oh, I thought it was. Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to.
But he cast
Step
Shillelagh,
over
right?
here.
Shillelagh then enlarge?
Yeah, that was
Yes.
my
If you
bonus
cast a
action.
spell, it doesn't. Any spell you cast as a bonus action, whether it's a cantrip or a leveled spell, as a bonus action, means you cannot cast a leveled spell as your action. So since he cast Shillelagh as a bonus action, even though it's a cantrip, it still means he can't cast a leveled spell as an action.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to enlarge Vasir and use my bonus action to. I'm gonna throw. What do I do here? I'm gonna reach out next to me and telekinetically shove the one directly above me away from me. So it has to make a DC 16 strength save.
Okay, so Vasir is not big, correct?
No, Vasir is big. I enlarged him and then used my bonus action to use telekinetic shove,
On which one? I'm sorry.
which is the one above me.
Okay. So it needs to make a strength save. That should not have been rolled like that. Hold on. 13?
Nope,
It
fails.
it
So
shoves 5 feet?
5 feet away from me.
Okay.
Yep. And that is it for me.
All right, Vasir, it's your action.
Seer's big, which makes him a big target, so he's probably not going to go all out to begin with. But he'll go ahead and start attacking. That was the wrong thing. That one.
Which one?
The one that I have highlighted here.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry, that's my fault. Go ahead and make your attack rolls. The 17 bounces against its shield. The 19, it dips to the side of as your giant.
Yeah, they have
ancestral
extremely high
arm.
AC.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
jeez.
they
Alright,
are
bonus
literally
action dodge.
they are literally living plate mail carrying a shield. So they have 20 armor class, just like somebody who would be wearing plate mail and carrying a shield.
Bonus action dodge.
Okay. Angus.
Angus is going to look really annoyed and frustrated and put on a gruff, military-esque tone and just excoriate these suits of armor. What do you think you are doing? Do you not know who that man is? And point across the room at Mirth. That is Commander Samuel Dern of the Platypus Legion of the Shining Sea.
The what?
All hail the Platypus Overlords.
And I will roll deception.
Okay.
That's inaugurated last week.
Surprisingly, you could not read any facial features to tell whether they have been deceived by you or not. Oh, or if they believe that you are some kind of commander of something in any way, shape, or form.
And then I'm going to use a bonus action to disengage.
Okay.
Maybe they'll stop attacking. Uh-huh.
All right.
I doubt it, but
Step forward. Make a couple attacks against Vasir with disadvantage. 14, 13. So not going to hit. Luna?
For a big boy, I'm a dodgy boy too.
Yeah, you're a big dodgy boy.
Just to be clear on what happened. So Mirth entered the room and the armor attacked him.
Mirth entered the room, and then Sarani entered the room first, and then Mirth entered the room and just kind of the both of them just kind of wandered towards that far door. And as soon as they did, the armor started to come to life, and as far as I saw, the rest of the party moved their tokens into the room as well. So I took that as people moving into the room. So once everybody started moving into the room, yes, the armor started attacking everyone. As soon as you kind of started heading towards the other door, without any care in the world.
So, like, I imagine Luna would angrily shout that, "Can we stop entering rooms blindly?" And she'll take the dodge action.
Okay.
Is that a bonus action or is that an action?
That's an action. It's a bonus action for Vasir because he is a monk.
Okay, then she'll cast Shield of Faith on Vasir and take the dodge action.
Okay. This is gonna just attack Vasir with disadvantage. They're not super smart, so 25 to hit with disadvantage on the second attack. I rolled a 19 and a 20.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's gonna be 10 damage, Vasir.
Alrighty.
Sarani.
Yeah. Sarani sees these and how hard it is for Vasir to hit them,
Mm-hmm.
which is unusual for Vasir to hit things. So Sarani is going to put his shield. Sarani kind of slings his shield as the vines grab it and place it on his back. Grabs the great club, dinosaur thigh bone, and I'm going to rage and start going ham on these guys.
All right.
This will stop being. My computer will stop doing this to me.
Are you fighting with the dinosaur thigh bone?
Yes.
Okay, then you are fighting with an improvised weapon.
Isn't it a great club?
It's a
Technically,
thigh bone.
that's huge.
No, it's a thigh bone.
It's an improvised weapon. If you fashion it into a club in various ways, sure, but you picked up a thigh bone and you're fighting with it. As of right now, it's the same thing as picking up, I don't know, a pool cue or a bottle or like a chair. It's an improvised
not fashioned
weapon.
to be a weapon. It's not balanced properly. It's just a thigh bone.
Okay.
Yeah. You have it's a D4. It's a D4 damage.
All right. So I'll swing it once and then throw it down.
Okay. I mean, Mirth could shillelagh it probably. I don't know.
I think it only works on mine.
Ah,
26, which is a crit.
yes, it is.
So 10 damage. Or no, it'll be 3, 5. It'll be 11 damage.
Okay.
To the one standing
Is
next.
any of that magical?
No,
Okay,
not
so
at all.
it takes 5 damage.
So yeah, Sarani will throw this down. He'll be like, bang, and just stand there and wait.
And are you? Did you say you put your shield away to two-handed
Yeah.
hand that thing?
Yeah, because
Okay.
you said it's basically a brontosaurus thigh bone. The thing's huge.
Sure, I would.
I mean, if you want to say it's one-handed, I can. I just assumed it was the size.
No,
of a
it would be
great
it would be two-handed. So I guess it would be.
ball. Not
a D-
1d4.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
improvised.
improvised weapon is 1d4. That's why I was saying
Yeah.
like.
If you're using it two-handed, I would give you the benefit of versatile and let you take a die code higher for a D6.
It's fine.
So.
It's fine.
But
It didn't
that,
seem effective, so he's going to throw it down.
sure. The helmed horror right in front of you, Vasir, is going to take a couple of swings at you because you are taking up most of the room. So it's going to attack you with disadvantage twice, 15 and 17. Remember, your armor class
that's
is
with
also
disadvantage.
+2. What's that?
And that's with disadvantage. Goddamn.
Yeah. What's your armor class with the +2 from Shield of Faith?
22.
22? Okay. And then the last one in the corner is going to step forward at the person who is bullshitting it and just start making attacks. Did you take dodge, Angus? Or no?
Nope.
Okay.
I can't. Dodge as a bonus action is for monks because they
Right.
spend key to do that.
Right.
Rogues could do
17.
it. That would be insanely broken.
That's true. 17 for the first attack and 7 for the second.
The first will hit.
Okay. You'll take 5 slashing damage.
Imagine cunning action dodge.
I'll
on
uncanny
myself.
dodge that.
Okay. That's fine. We get to the top of the order, and here is the deal. You are surrounded by these armors bearing the symbols of the Legion and swinging long swords at you. They are hardy. They seem to be either taking the brunt force of your blows with very little impact, if any at all, and you find yourself in a scrape in the midst of Mythfont. And we will pick this up from here next Tuesday. Let's do a quick round of favorite moments, because I know that we have a 5 o'clock stop time. So, especially I have to pick up my kids this week.
I want to be a giant tree.
You want to be a giant tree?
Yeah.
Someday.
I was waiting on you to give me the answer if I could do that or not.
I think I still need to look at that, and break it down. Besides, you're already kind of a big tree. Alex, favorite Visir moment, and then give me a favorite moment for one of the other characters.
Sure. Just so you know, I'm not in a huge rush today. No game after this.
Gotcha. I have to go pick up my kids today, so
Okay, fair enough.
I have to leave soon anyway.
Scolding Sarani is not something that Visir does very often. So whenever he does, you can tell that he's got a lot on his mind, and Sarani's not making things better. It's a nice way to indicate that there is stuff he wants to talk about, but we haven't gotten to that point yet.
No, a lot of tension going on in the party. A lot of tension. I could feel it. It was palpable. Favorite moment for another character? Did you?
I mean, I want to say that Mirth believing that the petrified wood will work for the living stone and like reshaping it into a hand is creative. I'm not sure if it'll work, but at the very least, it shows that his mind is still working the way that it used to, or the way that it always does, which is trying to find loopholes in everything, which is very much Mirth.
Sorry, pup. I just scared the
No,
crap
just
out of my
like
dog.
this, it's very good omens with Adam and the them, where they make their weapons at the end out of like grass and twigs, and it's like, but it's the symbol that counts.
Nor, favorite Luna moment?
For Luna, I'm not sure, honestly. Like, I don't know. But for another character, and this is like this is a out of character thing. Me rolling a 1 and Kim rolling a 31 right after me. So that was kind of funny.
I will say that the can we stop just going into rooms and comment was very on brand for Luna. And asking should we keep doing what we're doing in here? Is this the right way? At one point, again, not assumptive, not like demanding, just like kind of coaxing questions.
Yeah, it's just the mental image of Sarani, Visir, and Angus trying to like brute force this like barrier up and open, and Luna just at a careful distance away, looking across the Mirth and being like, "Do you think this is what we're supposed to be doing?"
Yeah.
Like the last time she kind of forced someone to do something, Angus had this kind of lost his marbles. So she's trying a different approach, but this is not working, especially with Serana.
And a favorite moment for another player, Luna or Noor?
I don't have anything in mind actually, as of right now.
Okay. If you think of something, let us know. David, favorite Angus moment?
If I can do my favorite moment for somebody else, because I just wanted to say a Luna moment that I really liked as like a follow-on from like how kind of rocky the Luna Angus relationship has been over the past couple of episodes. When Angus got tangled in the vines, and Luna's first instinct was basically to like get him clear and just shove him towards the fight. Like, go, don't worry, I've got this.
Mm-hmm.
And the Angus's moment was then like turning around and being like, no, I'm not leaving you, and just cutting one of the vines down and then sending Darek out, and just like getting a bit more of like the personalities that exist in Angus's head, and the fact that he's got little pruning shears to just clip away. It's fine. I just thought that was a fun moment.
Kim, favorite Mirth moment?
I think the enclosure talk was good, as well as the tree thing. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, fucking missing 5 Eldritch Blasts in a row at +9. Was quite
I'm sure that
That's
was
what you get
super
for rolling
satisfying.
31. That's what you get for rolling 31.
I got that after it paid off my karma. Favorite other player moments. You can see, like, as soon as Luna falls back because she doesn't want something to again happen to Angus, we get Sarani, who is very frontal again. He's that same just driving force that will just, if it's a door, he's gonna just bump through it. And if Luna's not gonna whip into shape not to do it, he's gonna keep on trying. That's the admirable persistency that Sarani has, even though Mirth finds it really annoying right now. I thought it was a really good continuation of character and reestablishment of the previous relationship as Luna is lapsing with Angus.
Sorry, I just had a mental image of the scene in The Phantom Menace where it's just Sarani using a flame blade to start cutting through a door, and there's the two guys cowering. He's still coming through!
Rick, favorite Sarani moment?
I actually have 2. One is being able to use my new barbarian ability, Quietude, and how well that actually fits with Sarani now. I love that character development, being able to do that. But honestly, the big conversation inside the menagerie about letting the animals go and what, that really goes to like Sarani's, core about, being free. Like, he knows what it's like to be under the control of something, right? So setting these things free doesn't seem like a bad idea. It doesn't seem like something that's bad to him, right? And having that conversation with people who have a much larger worldview was really, I thought it was really good for the party dynamic. Like, I really did enjoy that, everybody getting their no, Emmy, I was a ranger first.
Yeah, Sarani is a ranger, druid, barbarian, rogue, fighter.
I think he was introduced as a ranger druid though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I was introduced as a ranger druid.
I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, I was 2-2.
And favorite moment for another player?
Honestly, I love the Vizier stepping up into the Luna role again. While Luna is doing that, hanging back like she doesn't want to cause the same problem she did with, have the same effect that she did with Angus. Vizier has done this a couple of times, and he hasn't done it in a while, where he steps up and goes, "No, just we're doing a thing. We have to keep doing the thing." Right? So having Vizier step up into that role and get one more time was really kind of cool for me.
I did a lot of just managing combat today, and then letting you guys go. I feel like maybe my descriptions of things were a little off tonight, but
No, it was my misunderstanding, not yours.
Trying to get that out there. Just the vastness of the space you're dealing with is what I've been trying to do. But I'll say that, like, Vizier pointing out that, like, these are habitats that, like, these creatures are probably not around anymore, or there was something going on with these creatures, and Merwin must have thought this was the best place for them, was really insightful, and I appreciated that that angle with talking to Sarani. Luna's thought of, like, protect Vizier seems to come through very often with casting spells like Warding Bond and Shield of Faith on him on a regular basis. That always seems to come through, regardless of the situation. David, your ability to just add role-playing moments in the midst of combat is always tremendous. The way that it's not only just like the way you describe the actions you're taking, but more so like comments that Angus will make in the midst of combat, whether it's to the enemy or to other companions, adds narrative to the flow of things. Kim, your descriptions of your spells are always on point. It's one of my favorite things about your gameplay. And then Rick, for you, I just have to say that Sarani's naivety and simple, like he boils the world down into simple terms, and his the conversations that come out of that can be interesting role-playing moments where the other players really need to put their characters' perspectives out there in a way that they may not have to with other PCs, because they have to try and figure out, okay, how do I explain this concept to Sarani? Yeah, it was all around. There were some good moments. There were some. I think there were frustrations between about decision making within the party that you can really feel the tension of that. It's palpable. And then there were, like, obviously you're in combat. You were in a combat where the constant restraining and grappling was causing some annoying frustrations in the midst of the fight. So
you said you didn't do much, and that's not true. The way that this is playing out, our internal strife is because we all know that we're because you even have it in the little blurb underneath for the. We know that we're on a clock, right? We know this party, above all other parties, knows we're on a clock and we're on a short one.
Mm-hmm.
So that really lends to when we have these things that are personal to us, like Sarani letting these things loose, that really interrupts that, and us having that dynamic of what we think is morally right versus what we have to do really pulls on us. So your storytelling lends a lot to what we have to do here. So don't consider, just because you ran a lot of combat, you did run a lot of combat, but your story of where we're at right now is what's driving a lot of this role play. So
Thanks.
don't cut yourself short out of that.
Appreciate it. Well, guys, thanks for playing. Those of you watching, thanks for watching. I'll be running Artifact Recovery Corporation in a couple of hours. Till then, we'll see you next time.
Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share with all your friends so they can watch all of the craziness that happens here in Oregon. Remember, there are 6 shows a week, plus extras.